Good morning, good evening, good night. Eagle MMA family. The MMA Guru situation just got worse. Right, so if you don't know, as of October 17th, MMA Guru and Michael Chandler are currently on a Twitter war. They are beefing heavy. So if you don't know about the situation, you want to learn more, this is your video to get informed. Right, so let's just go down the timeline here. I think it was yesterday. MMA Guru put out one of the dumbest videos I've ever seen. Like an hour-long video of his impressions. I mean, come on, what are you doing? Like, impressions are one of the lowest forms of comedy. It takes pretty much no skill to be an impressionist. There's very few people that do it well, like, you know, Godfrey or someone like that. And, like, you don't even do half of these impressions good. Oh, hey, you got a good Jake Hadley impression. I'm sure that's a real compliment, right? But in this impression video, while he was doing his impression of Michael Chandler, that was completely spot on. It sounds exactly like him. He did an impression of Michael Chandler's children, making like a racially motivated joke, you know, up in the black scent a little bit.
Chandler's kids and Chandler, you know, sometimes kids, you just got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and, you know, it's really the learning that we do as we fail. Hey, man, shut your mouth, man. We ain't trying to listen to that shit right now, you damn pussy bitch, man. That's Chandler's kids and Chandler at home. Come on, kids. I mean, sometimes it's the journey that makes us who we are, right? Shut your bitch ass up, man. We ain't trying to listen to you right now, man, you damn crack. Give it 10 years. That'll be accurate.
Right, and like, listen, like, I literally just put out like an hour-long video of MMA Guru's a dummy. I am MMA Guru's biggest hater. This is not even the worst joke in the world, but Michael Chandler is allowed to be upset about this, and he did respond on Twitter. Right, just shedding some light on this individual, we unfortunately have to call one of our fellow members of the human race. Do your hateful thing, man, but leave our kids alone. And like I said, like, you know, it's not even a bad joke. It's a pretty tame impression. He's just like pretending to be black. He's just up in the black scent. But at the end of the day, it is Michael Chandler's children. He's allowed to be upset at you for ridiculing his children and making fun of his children. Making his children sound like, you know, some inner city Detroit Jill Yangs. Right, so after Michael Chandler made a single tweet, it's a 2-sentence tweet of a clip of MMA Guru ridiculing his children, MMA Guru has responded on Twitter with 3 tweets, and he also made a video. But let's get into the tweets first, right? This first tweet being a retweet of Michael Chandler's response saying, "It was a joke. I make jokes. It's an impression video," which is true, right? Obviously, MMA Guru saying pretty much anything, trying to defend himself, always comes off cringy because it's just like, nah, ew. You're gonna call me out you're gonna call out every comedian you know and go on the podcast of every other week that you're waiting for the non-existent McGregor fight. I'm sure they've made way worse jokes. Ignore it the fuck. You're just getting it more attention. This is like the thing with MMA Guru, like he's just recently like realized a simple fact of human life that people have different opinions and they prefer different people. Like if my friend tells me you're gay, you have a big forehead, this and that, you're fat, okay? I'm gonna roll with it because he's my friend and I like him. And if someone I dislike or don't know says the exact same thing, I'm going to smack him upside the head. Yeah, it's called the fact of life that people you like are able to get away with more shit. Right, and the comment about the McGregor fight just comes off extremely pissy. I'm gonna get into it later when we break down his video a little bit. But like, his whole reaction to this is like, he doesn't want to be like the heel. He doesn't want to be the outsider of the MMA YouTube sphere. He wants to be like the king. He wants everyone to love him and he wants to have he doesn't want anyone to be against him. And like, he has this like unbridled incel rage that he's now able to let out because he's a demon on fucking Twitter. Hey, MMA Guru, can I give you a little bit of advice here? Get the fuck off Twitter. Like, get the fuck off Twitter. Twitter is literally like a hellscape. It is a fucking concentration of the most degenerate online people you'll ever fucking see. Right, but that does make sense why MMA Guru is kind of popping off on Twitter, because every single one of his fans is a stereotypical Twitter user. Right. Right, in that last part, he's telling Michael Chandler to ignore it because if he acknowledges it, it's just gonna get it more views. Which he's made this point before with other people, and it's a terrible point. It's a terrible point. Okay, yeah, just let me make fun of your children, and I'm fine with the joke Guru made. It's not the funniest joke. I don't find it funny, but it's not like bad. I'm not gonna say it's reprehensible to do it because if someone else did it and had a little bit more flair to it, it would be funny. It's like, hey, do you not realize that those are Michael Chandler's children? You just want him to not stand up for his children. Don't stand up for your children. Don't be a good person and stand up to some fucking gay British fat lard in his basement making 40-minute breakdowns why he thinks Jon Jones is actually a homosexual. Yeah, he's gonna stand up to you for his children because he doesn't want his children to be insulted by a pathetic loser like yourself. Right, but that's the first tweet, and I want to get into the second tweet as well, because if you didn't already hear me say it, this whole response from MMA Guru just comes off extremely pathetic and like, what's the word? Like petty. It just comes off so petty. Like he has this pent-up incel loser rage, and he finally can unleash it. Right, but this second tweet, he posts a picture of Michael Chandler taking a picture with Jon Jones, the greatest fighter of all time. Oh no, Chandler, am I hard to consider a member of the human race because I made a joke? Should I have just beat a woman into a pulp in a hotel room in front of children instead? Would that make you want a picture? The fuck is wrong with these tards? I make jokes, get over it, right? So the first part, yeah. Yes, it is hard to consider you a member of the human race. It's hard to consider you a member of the MMA community. The fact that you are like the guy when it comes to MMA YouTube is disgusting. And it's the whole reason I started my channel. It's the whole reason Rigo started his channel. It's like, we cannot let this motherfucker be like the guy. He cannot be like the face of MMA YouTube. He's a fucking loser. Right, and then he brings up the fact that Jon Jones was in a domestic dispute with his wife, which, by the way, I do believe he assaulted his wife. I'm not going to say I don't believe it, but if we're going off hard facts and like legal shit, there is no legitimate proof that Jon Jones did hit his wife. There is no definite proof. I believe it happened, but you cannot just come out and say that it's a fact. Like, he did this. Right, and then he's like trying to like moral grandstand Michael Chandler because he took a picture with the greatest fighter. Like, do you not realize that Jon Jones is the greatest fighter of all time? And even if you don't believe it and you go, oh, he popped for steroids, which I used to be like that. I used to be like, oh, Jones popped for steroids. He's not a real fighter. Every single fighter is on steroids. 95% of every single person that's been in the UFC is on steroids. Like, you cannot pretend like Jon Jones is not one of the best and biggest fighters of all time. Yeah, someone is good. A UFC fighter who has looked up to the UFC for a long time, fighting in Bellator, finally working his way into the UFC and getting, you know, good shit from the UFC. Yeah, he's gonna want to take a picture with the greatest fighter of all time. Which is funny because MMA Guru is one of the type of people, and he's probably said this on stream multiple times, where it's like, you have to separate the art from the artist, which is, he's not doing that. He cannot separate the art from the artist. I don't think Jon Jones is a good person at all. I think he's morally reprehensible, and I know, oh, you should, I think it's a pretty good fact of life that Jon Jones isn't the greatest person of all time. Like, even I have the fucking brain to understand that you don't have to like Jon Jones to take a picture with the greatest fighter. Hey, I would take a picture with Joe Biden. Like, I would literally, if I saw Joe Biden in person, if I saw, I don't know, if I saw fucking David Lucas or Bert Kreischer in person, I'd want to take a picture with them because they are, they're famous. They mean something. You don't want, just because he takes a picture with Jon Jones doesn't mean he supports domestic violence, you fucking retard. Right, and then the last part, what's wrong with these tards? I make jokes, get over it. Based MMA Guru, it's called dark humor, liberals. You don't have to understand, right? And it's so funny because I literally just made a video. I just made a video of me saying the exact same things in my response called the EagleMMA situation just got worse or something like that. It's got 1,000 views. It's me responding to this 40-year-old boomer fucking loser, child abandoner, who is Guru's bestie. But like, that's literally like the whole point of my video. And I was saying it kind of like ironically because it's funny, because like there are actually people that go like, it's called dark humor. It's called dark humor, liberal. And like my whole video was making a joke about that. But MMA Guru is saying this like unironically. He's like saying this because he actually believes it. Like, you're such a fucking millennial loser. Like, don't even make me mention the cooking of the generation, bro. Like, you're an old man millennial fucking dipshit. But let's get on to the next tweet, right? This is where the cringe millennial fucking like Taylor Swift, Epic Bacon, Narwhal fucking bullshit. This is when it fucking hits its peak right here. Just 3 messages for everyone one more time on Twitter. Now Chandler has gone after me as well, acting as if he's getting attacked by Chandler. In all caps, I'm a guy who makes jokes because I find dark humor funny. I don't claim to be a great person. You are allowed to dislike me. Please be a morally consistent person. Good day. And well, hey, we'll touch on that last part he said there. But first of all, Chandler's he's not attacking you. You are making fun of his children. He's gonna say something about it. And then he literally comes in with the fucking anti-cancel. You can't cancel me. You can't cancel someone that doesn't want to be canceled. Like, bro, you are embarrassing yourself. And this might seem petty as well, this small little throwaway argument I'm making too, but if you don't claim to be a great person, why are you trying to morally grandstand against Jones, against Chandler, against all these other people if you're not a good person? Huh, that's a little weird, but that's a throwaway argument. Right, you are allowed to dislike me. You don't have to watch my content. And it's so funny seeing this shit. It's crazy. Because I literally say the exact same things MMA Guru is posting on Twitter. But I say them ironically because you sound like some fucking loser when you say this shit. You can't cancel me, bro. I ain't gonna get canceled. Hey, I'm gonna say what I want. I'm edgy. Right, but that last little part in his tweet. Please be morally consistent. Now listen, if you watched my MMA Guru video, the MMA Guru is finally done or whatever the fuck it's called, I actually touched on this. And it's funny that, because I know he watched that video because he watches every video about him, which I do as well. I watch every video that mentions me ever. But I was talking about that. He seems to have a massive hate boner when anyone talks or associates or takes up even just a picture with people like Jon Jones or anything. Because Jon Jones is a terrible person. He beat his wife. Yeah, please be a morally consistent person. If you're gonna go at Jon Jones for being a bad father, a bad influence or something, go at Darren Till. Your buddy Darren Till, who you just in the last month had on a podcast, like an interview, who makes jokes about abandoning his family in Brazil, his girlfriend or wife or ex-wife or whatever, and 2 daughters.
I have a girlfriend who's 7 months pregnant. I don't really care. I've got a daughter in Brazil right now who I haven't seen for 1 year. I don't really care. I just care about legacy and greatness.
A family of 3 abandoning them in Brazil, and he makes jokes about abandoning his family in fucking England as well. And he's half joking, like he's being pretty serious. He hasn't seen his daughters in Brazil in like a fucking year or something. Right, but those are the tweets I wanted to talk about. And there was one more thing I wanted to talk about too, because right before recording this video, I saw that he posted a video, and I didn't watch the video. I just skimmed through like little parts of it, because like, holy shit, I'm not gonna watch another 30 fucking minute MMA Guru video. Like, that's the biggest waste of time. Like, even if I'm listening to it in the background, just every fucking word that goes in my ear is just like, it's knives. Like, I'm getting fucking hypodermic needles just stuck in my fucking eardrums. But, like, his response video also came off extremely, like, pathetic and, like, petty and everything, which I wanted to talk about a little bit. A main section of his video was going through the comments of his tweets and Michael Chandler's tweets, like, pettily responding to hate comments, and, like, you know, it'd be like, here's an example. Some guy was like, I watched Guru for a minute, not anymore, or something like that. And then he checks the guy's Twitter. The comment was like a couple hours before or something. He goes, oh, looks like he's still following me. Hey, you took that one back, didn't ya? Like, and this is the problem with these people. Is like, they think like everyone is as chronically online as them. Like, Did you expect him to immediately unfollow you? People have lives. Like, what did you expect? Oh, I don't like MMA Guru. He said something bad. Now I'm going to immediately unfollow him and everything. That's not how, like, people work. He'll get to it when he fucking gets to it. Right, but just a couple other things, right? He was making, like, a point, like a distinct point that Michael Chandler's children were adopted, which, again, is weird. It's, like, this crazy, like, incel white, like, unironically white supremacist ideology of, like, white people shouldn't be allowed to adopt black children, which, if you watch his original video about Michael Chandler's adopted children, you will see that, like, he genuinely disagrees with the fact that white people should be allowed to adopt black children. But like I said, I mean, the video is so fucking stretched out. Even just skimming through it, like, I'd be skimming through, like, every, like, couple of minutes, and there'd be, like, 2 or 3 times where he's talking about, he's literally saying he's quite literally saying the exact same thing, like, 2 minutes, like, skipping forward, like, 2 minutes. Whole video is stretched out. I think, like, it was, like, the first 20 minutes or something was about 3 tweets. And he's just rereading his tweets and just reading hate comments on them. And then the other part, which another thing that happened recently, Demetrius Johnson was on the Ariel Helwani fucking show, which nobody, like, who even watches Ariel Helwani? Like, if you fucking watch Ariel Helwani in the year 2024, what the fuck are, like, you could literally watch anybody, and you're choosing to watch fucking Helwani? What the fuck are you doing? But then there was a full 10-minute segment, about how, in a 1-minute clip, Demetrius Johnson brought up the fact that MMA Guru supported him, and Ariel Helwani was forced to say MMA Guru's name. Oh my god, how terrible! And it was so funny. The clip of Ariel Helwani saying MMA Guru's name was him saying, like, I'm sure he'll make a 30-minute video about this. And guess what? He got a 10-minute video about literally a sentence he said, of saying something about MMA Guru, of, like, literally, like, a passing remark 10 minutes at the end of the video after the 20 minutes of 3 tweets. And like I said earlier before, like, he hates the hate. He wants to be revered as some, like, holy saint, as, like, a king, my king guru, and he's just not able to. He's just not able to do that, because that's not who you are, and you make this, you're, like, fucking, like, repulsive. It's like, I'm not trying to be some, like, revered king. I know people are gonna fucking hate me. I know, because, hey, I'm a normal person. I don't want every single person. I want everyone to like me, but I'm not gonna, like, pander to make every single person like me, which is what MMA Guru does, because he wants to be revered as some sort of king, and he cannot take the hate. If you watch his video responding to Michael Chandler, you'll see how petty and, like, hateful and just, like, pissy he was the whole video. But that's gonna have to end it for this news reaction. Let me know if you guys want more types of these videos. They do pretty well in the views. They do well in the likes and everything. They're pretty easy to make. I can kind of pump these out in between, like, you know, UFC fighters that do Galaxy gas. Hey, but let me know what you guys think about this situation. Like, comment, subscribe, buy my memberships. It's $5 a month. The Blothers tier, you get streams, you get videos, you get monthly polls where you get to pick a video idea for me to recreate. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. EagleMMA out.
Hey, Young Lean? Are you Young Lean?
What?
Are you Young Lean?
No, I'm Barry Dillon.